So, about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is one of my favorite games of all time. Not gonna mince words. And everything in the Super Smash Bros. Series was always my favorite, ever since I was a kid, starting with 64. And I've tried to master every character, remain competitive, even go to local tournaments and win. Beating all my friends all the time, just essentially the best of us. And I feel like I can hang with the best of them. I am a sore loser when it comes to playing online, as only if I lose for a reason like online latency. If I face anybody that I would have faced online, but I face them in person, and there's no latency, and I lose, then I'd be like, alright, I'll give that to you. But online, I will rage if some sort of lag or latency or something makes me lose. It's a timing-based game, and everything I do is so timing and precise-based that I can't really figure this out. That being said, what we're going to do here with this series is go ahead and talk about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate a little bit and see what we can figure out. Sakurai's a visionary for making a game like this. He really is. I was always intrigued as a kid by the fact that all my favorite video game characters would come together in one epic battle, and that just blew my mind, not only as a kid, but it continued to blow my mind with every new edition as an adult. Ridiculous. Keep in mind this video was recorded shortly after Sephiroth released. I can't stop playing as the guy, I gotta say. It's not like he's super overpowered or anything like that, but he probably should be. But I just, I don't know. I can't help it. I guess maybe I feel like I didn't master him yet. I don't really have a main in Smash Brothers because I feel like I'm just as good with every character. I perform with similar numbers with every character I play with. And I guess if I had to say that I actually did a little better with one specific character than the rest of the roster, I'm embarrassed to say that I think it's Piranha Plant. That would technically be my main by that logic, as I had the highest hit percentage and lower death rates and higher kill counts and stuff with him, and I have no idea why. Every decision Sakurai makes isn't perfect. Keep that in mind. Some of these movesets are, questionable. You already had a completely fleshed out moveset for Dark Samus in the previous Smash game, and what did you do? You made it an Echo Fighter. Come on, that assist trophy was perfect. That's exactly how Dark Samus should play. I think Black Shadow should be added to the game, and he should be Captain Falcon's Echo Fighter, but instead it's Ganondorf. Let him be the mythical swordsman wizard that he actually is, and give him a unique moveset. It's just not ideal to me. But that's okay. It's not stopped this from being my favorite game ever, and that's that speaks volumes to exactly what he's doing. I can't wait to see, as of the recording of this video, who's added after Sephiroth. It's gonna be big time. Like I do really want like Dante and Crash, Spyro, freaking I don't know, whoever else. Sora would be nice, even if it's another Square rep. I don't care. I'm not as big as on the Waluigis and Genos of the world as the rest of the world is. Go ahead, hit up the comments and tell me how evil I am for saying that. But no, seriously, I'm just not as excited for those niche characters as I am for some of my big name characters that I've grown to know and love over the years. That being said, with this game, what I like to do mostly is turn items off, except for Final Smashes, as I personally look at that as an extension of the actual character that I'm playing as and their moveset rather than an item. I love Final Destination. That's just how I like to play. Although in this video I will be showcasing things that are outside of my preference, just for, so you're not looking at the same Final Destination style Omega stage with no items on the entire time. And I'm also going to not be playing every single match, otherwise I'm probably just going to keep picking Sephiroth because I can't stop. And because I can't stop, I have to restrain myself and purposely pick somebody else. That being said, we're good. We're on track. We got somebody else. It was random though, so when I choose random, it is what it is. And that's how I got good with everybody in the cast, is just choosing random every single time I play. Except for when Sephiroth launched, in which case I just keep picking him over and over again. But you all know that story by now. That being said, let's talk about a little bit about the mechanics of this game. Now, as everyone probably already knows, this is the fastest iteration of Smash Bros. Since Melee came out. And God, do I remember ever being unstoppable in Melee, as my main was Sheik, and I demolished every local tournament in Melee when I was younger, and it was nuts. The differences that I think is why I'm worse in Smash Ultimate than I was in Melee is because I remember in Melee when everything was so fast, and as soon as you're done with the move, when you put in a button input to do something else as soon as you're finished with a move, and the first thing that happens is your character stops kind of sort of doing what they're doing, and the ending animations were minuscule, nearly non-existent depending on the character that you're playing with. Like I said, Sheik in my particular instance. And when that happens, then you could just string moves together. It's all about like what you want to do at that point. If you don't want to get hit by the next attack, then press the appropriate button and do something about it. And that felt amazing. And that's where Ultimate differs from Melee, as the ending animations and startup animations on everything are non-negotiable. So if you do an attack, you're pretty much completely committed to it, and then you have to go back and get up because it's not happening for you. You're not going to avoid the next attack once you've committed to this one if your ending animation is too long. That's one of Bayonetta's big nerfs and things of that nature. So if everybody in the game was just how they were in Melee, more specifically Sheik, then yeah, I can go back to being a monster and 10 stocking people with like 20 damage. It was amazing. It felt good, and I can't do that anymore. Now it's just I feel like everybody else. I get just as killed as everybody else does, just as smacked away as everybody else does all the time, and it's a bummer, but that's okay. It's not stopping this from still being overall, mechanically, technically, the best Smash Brothers game that's ever been made to date. And again, mechanically, another thing I want to go over is when people in this game perfect block. It gets on my nerves. I don't like that mechanic. And Bandai Namco in general seems to love that mechanic in everything that they do. There doesn't have to be a perfect block. Why is the computer so good at perfect block? How come every time I do a team battle in this game, the computer is just so ravenously after only me? My teammate stands, it's all computers, just me and all computers. My teammate stands on the other side of the arena doing absolutely nothing, while I just get doubled the entire time, and it's not that fun. I just feel like that's, I understand that they're programmed to go after like the human player and things like that, but that's not that fun to me. I want to have like a teammate if I don't have anybody to play with right now. My friends can't come over and play all the time. It's just not happening all the time. People are busy. We're adults in this world, except for like a lot of the 12-year-olds that are probably watching this right now. In which case, you got school, you got stuff you got to do. Life's not perfect. Either way. Alright, so, what really grinds my gears and makes me ravenously angry? I don't know if it was something with my controller, as at the time before I got a pro controller it used to be a big issue. It's less of an issue, but it still happens from time to time. And I like to call it the unintentional smash ball, final smash turnaround, whatever it is. So, here I am with Greninja, and I feel like I got him, and why are you facing that way? Like, I'm facing a certain direction, and then that was probably not even the best example either. I don't know, there's other examples that I have, but I only got one clip for it because it was just a snippet that I wanted to go over. When you're facing a specific direction, and I'd run up to people and I'd press B, and I'd not press anything on the controller except B by itself, and they would turn around and do B, and you don't understand all the rages that I had of why would you turn around and do it? Why is that a feature? I don't understand why I can do that. One of my friends suggested that it might have been just the joystick snap when it snaps back, but it doesn't snap back the other direction ever. It snaps back to the middle position. So I don't know if that's actually what it was or not, but either way, it just, I don't know, really, really got on my nerves. Alright, so now I want to talk about World of Light a little bit. What more can you say about it? It feels almost like it was like a combination of slapped together and worked on intensely. Like there was a lot of work clearly put into it, but at the same time, something about it feels very, very not Subspace Emissary, if you know what I'm saying. Can you imagine Subspace Emissary with all the Smash Ultimate characters, or at least the base roster of the Smash Ultimate characters in it? That would have been nuts. Alright? That would have been completely crazy. But, you know, beggars can't really be choosers. You gotta get what you can get. I was only mildly excited coming into World of Light when Smash Ultimate originally released. But then I realized, once I actually started playing it, okay, this isn't exactly what I want to be playing. But I was like, but I'm going to play through it. I'm going to try to do everything in it. I'm going to do my due diligence simply because I love this game and for no other reason. So my love of the game basically forced me to, you know, get all the way through it. And, you know, Sakurai and his team did clearly put a lot of work into it. Like I said, it's a weird mix of slapped together and a lot of work. Kind of like how Minecraft Steve feels to me. It's just a weird combo. And because of that, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do everything that I can in this mode. Decided to go the bad guys route in this particular one with the Sephiroth, Ganondorf, you know, kind of combo there, and then Ike just because, you know, he's another guy that has a big sword, and I just wanted to play as Ike, I guess. Have him be my third tier. So yeah, again, not too much to say about it outside of the whole gimmick of it. The spirit battles were really well thought out, and they were very creative as far as, hey, you know, you could play as characters that you can't really play as in some weird kind of way, with me just designing different color schemes and just making the matches situational within the context of Smash Brothers to make you feel like you're facing someone who isn't quite in this game. And that you know, that was really cool to me, I thought. There are especially some moments where I was like, alright, this is kind of short and pointless, but outside of those moments, you know, overall had a decently good time. But other than making this video, since I've completed it, I haven't touched it. So, you know, the footage you're seeing on screen is just me playing it specifically so I can get some footage and talk about it a little bit. And that's really what I wanted to do. Again, it's no Subspace Emissary with full-fledged cutscenes and like a story and all that. And I know everybody was craving that when the game first came out, but you know, you don't always get what you ask for in that instance. So then you beat it, and then you start getting some real production value here. This is, you know, a nicely done cutscene, very, very pretty, very graphically pleasing to the eye. And you know, while I wasn't super huge on the story, you know, what are you gonna do with so many characters from different game worlds, you know, placed in here? Just a lot of different game worlds and a lot of different things happening there. And what are you supposed to do other than just be like, you know what, there's a bunch of spirits, you don't get to play as 99.9% of them, and then what's this game mode supposed to be about? Like, how are we going to make a story where Incineroar and Ridley team up and there's a confusion about whether or not he's just some giant fierce Pokemon or something like that? Yeah, that sounds kind of interesting, actually, but that's not really, you know, what Sakurai was going for here, clearly. So, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad. So, the Spirit Board, taking an opportunity to talk about that just a little bit. I like it. I like when we get a new DLC character that it comes with a little thing like this. I like that it comes with other spirits. I like all of that. Again, not really the most replayable thing. Like fully going into the regular game mode and just playing regular games. That's my thing. I want to just go in and I want to fight people and I want that to be the end of it. That's my thing. But yeah, no, not so much this. I don't have a lot to say about it. They're fun. They're cool little things. I mean, I always cheese like the same giant metal Ganondorf or giant metal someone else broken to cheese pretty much every spirit battle, because for the most part, you know, they really can't be beaten Like, for the most part, you got to have like lava floor or something that's just going to make them flinch or make it so they can't exist in the world. But as long as they're able to stand, there's really nobody that you can't cleave in half with a giant executioner's greatsword. So that's kind of how I handle most spirits. But it's still fun to see what they come up with and all that. So, you know, always a good thing. We'll move on from that. Just another thing I wanted to touch base on. And yeah, God, I love this game. So I also wanted to talk about Stage Builder a little bit because, God, I'm so glad that they brought that back. I didn't, honestly, I'll be honest, and this is amazing for me because I fancy myself a little bit of an artiste. No, I'm not that vain. But that being said, I feel like I should do more with it, but I didn't. Mainly what I did is remake stages that I made back in the Brawl days just so I can feel a little bit of nostalgia in my heart, and that's about it. That's all I did. And then when I'm done with that, I went ahead and just played on them a little bit and then not really touched them all that much or play on them all that much. For the footage here specifically, I went ahead and I just started doing stuff. It is not in handheld mode, it is docked. So when I say doing stuff, I mean I'm doing nothing creative or interesting. I just wanted to touch base on how Stage Builder is actually awesome, and a lot of people have done some pretty creative and great things with it, and other people have done not so creative and great things with it, as I've seen. I mean, I guess you can call it creative, but it's not looking good for some of these stages that these people made. So we'll move on from the Stage Builder, but just had to touch base and say, yeah, what an amazing feature. I wish more video games in general had things like this. I tried to get into Dreams, and I got pretty far, but then my buddy who was the programming whiz on that decided he didn't want to do it anymore, and then all of a sudden we can't make or finish the game that we were most of the way into, so I never released it, but I had a lot of fun. That being said, yeah, Stage Builder, amazing. Totally recommend it. And so I think we're going to go ahead and finish things up by talking a little bit about Squad Strike. Not a mode that I dabble in a ton because, again, my favorite thing to do is just go into quick plays and just play for hours and hours and hours. But occasionally I do come back to this because it's more fun than I remember. Like, I always play it and I'll have a lot of fun, and then I forget how much fun it is, and then I don't play it for a long time. And then when I get bored doing regular matches, then I'll come back to this, and then I'll be like, oh, wow, why don't I do this more often? That was actually kind of cool, kind of weird. So Squad Strike is certainly an interesting mode. They didn't have a ton of different game modes like this in previous Smash Brothers games, so as it is new to Smash Ultimate, you know, it's good. It's not terrible, and it's not a game mode that one should take lightly, as you could ruin friendships with game modes like this. Playing it and just kind of boasting about the fact that your one character can defeat their entire squad, then they switch their squad up, and then you go ahead and defeat their one character with your Sephiroth the entire time. I do have CPUs playing against each other here, but that's just because I wanted to speculate and kind of see how far Sephiroth can go as a CPU and how well he stacked up against the other CPUs in the game at level 9. He does pretty good. Spoiler alert, his team wins. So yeah, this game is just so good. I can't really stop boasting about this game, and I have logged so many hours into it, and I will continue to log more hours into it as my life goes on, and probably will not stop playing this game until a new Smash Brothers comes out, and if that never happens, then I'll just keep coming back to the well, baby, every single time. Also, real quick, put Alucard in the game. The assist trophy thing isn't working for me. He's got like the dopest moveset in Symphony of the Night, and I will honestly trade both Belmonts in this game, take them out of the game, and insert Alucard if you give me Alucard. I mean, he's right up there with Rodon and maybe Zelgius here, Black Knight. Other than them, though, Alucard is like tops. I would love that moveset, and I would love to go through classic mode with him and beat down Dracula with Alucard. That's nostalgia right there. That's awesome. But you know, you can't get what you want. I just wanted to throw that in here there at the end because that would be amazing. He's already got basically a fleshed out moveset, so that's another thing. Why can't we get that assist trophy upgrade? Like I said, I know everybody likes Waluigi and everybody likes Shadow the Hedgehog and stuff, and yeah, that would be cool and all. But I want to play as Alucard. All right, another guy with long white hair. Let's do it. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is an excellent game through and through. What else can I say when third-party characters and Nintendo characters from all over gaming can come together to give the player an excellent experience? That being said, it is with heavy bias that I give this game a 5 out of 5 rating. And I'd like to thank you for staying so sexy on the line. And you guys have a good one.